Assalamualaikum. We are from class Seminar in Islamic Finance and Banking under our lecturer Professor Madya Dr. Zairani Zainol at Universiti Utara Malaysia. We will do a sharing session about permissibility of Amanah Saham Bumiputra ASB. First of all, my name is Muhamad Syafi Imtiaz bin Suhaimi and my metric number is 264115 and currently studying in Bachelor of Islamic Finance and Banking with honors.
And me, Ahmad Iqbal bin Hamdan, Kumaran. My metric number is 267653 and currently I'm in semester 6 for Bachelor in Islamic Finance and Banking.
And lastly, me, Nur Alia Binti Nasir. My metric number is 264205 and currently in semester 6 for Bachelor in Islamic Finance and Banking Hons.
I believe most all of you had heard before this about Amanah Saham Nasional Bumiputra, which is the subsidiary for Proponent dan Nasional Berhad. And at the same time, I believe there are curiosity about whether it is permissible or not to invest or deposit your money with them. So today our group will do some sharing session about it and also to clarify whether it is permissible or not to deposit our money with them.
The question as to whether it is Islamically permissible to invest in Amanah Saham Bumiputra or Amanah Saham Nasional continues to receive polarized response in Malaysia. On 27 April 2017, Selangor Fatwa Committee came a fatwa in their meeting and declared that ASB and ASN investment are permissible for Muslims. However, the ruling introduced another set of questions, especially when the same committee had previously prohibited ASB or ASN investment due to the presence of transaction in riba, which arguably rendered it non-Sharia compliant. The reverse decision made by the Selangor Fatwa Committee seemed to ensure the position taken by the National Muzakara Fatwa Committee for Religious Affairs and 13 other states, including the Federal Territories of Kuala Lumpur, Labuan, and also Putrajaya. These states have maintained the investment in SB and ASN is permissible, mainly due to the significant economic impact and potential with regards to Malay Muslim as the majority of Muslim in Malaysia.
Such considerations are particularly important in view of the worrisome socio-economic realities of Malay Muslim. ASB or ASN remains the only institution that has a positive track record in yielding consistent and considerable return to its majority Malay Muslim investors. Another point brought up is that if PNB, which is the investment agent for ASB or ASN, puts out its shares from a bank due to its non-Sharia compliant portfolio, it will have a major negative economic impact on Malay Muslims. Moreover, due to the position of Maybank as the largest bank in Asia Pacific region, such action could potentially harm the overall Malaysian economy. It is also important to note that PNB investment have already steered clear of investment in haram industries such as gambling and liquor. Currently, 70% of its investment is already Sharia compliant. The remaining 30% comprise the aforementioned Maybank shares, but even then, they are strictly monitored by Sharia advisors appointed by PNB under the special project.
The National Muzakarah Fatwa Committee for Religious Affairs also pointed out the FID, Islamic Jurisprudence, agreement across Hanafi, Maliki, Syafi and Hanbali juristic schools that permit investing in companies that involve halal and haram activities under certain circumstances, such as considering the wider public interest, maslahah ammah, and the avoidance of harm, mafsadah. Prioritizing public interest, maslahah ammah, and avoiding harm, mafsadah, are part of the higher goals of Sharia, also known as maqasid Sharia. The position is in line with the majority opinions of Muslim scholars rooted in the Quranic verses as follows. In Surah Al-Anbiya, verse 107, "And we have not sent you, O Muhammad, except as a mercy to the world." In Surah Yunus, verse 57, "O mankind, there has to come to you instruction from your Lord, and healing for what is in the breast, and guidance and mercy for the believers." The higher objectives of Sharia are categorized and prioritized in various ways. The traditional method classified the maqasid Sharia based on the level of necessity, namely the essentials, daruriyah, complementary, hajiyah, and embellishment, tahsiniyah.
The category of essential daruriyah covers basic human necessities in both mundane and religious matters that, if unfulfilled, will lead to extreme hardship or grief loss. Islamic scholars have expanded the scope of such essential to include the preservation of religion, life, intellect, lineage, dignity, and property. Thus, in the case of ASB or ASN investment, taking into account the worrisome low participation of Malay Muslims in financial investment and the ensuing economic predicament, if PNB, a majority shareholder in Maybank, was to pull out its shares, the issue of partial or relatively minor non-compliance in its investment portfolio would be of secondary importance. Thus, keeping the Maybank shares in the hand of PNB can be regarded as an essential daruriyah and therefore in line with the goals of the Sharia to serve the maslahah ammah.
At the second level of necessity, the category of needs, hajiyah, also play an important role when arriving at a fiqh ruling. Despite it is not being essential daruriyah, neglecting fiqh dimension that fulfill our needs will cause difficulty. This is contrary to the Islamic ideas of alleviating as much hardship and difficulty as possible, as illustrated in the manifold rulings that appeal to rukhsah despite it is not being a pressing concern.
The ruling of permissibility of ASB or ASN investment coincides with the goals of Sharia to offer opportunities to Malaysian Muslims wanting to enhance their financial stability, which is hajiyah, increase the quality of their life, and discover their potential among others. And there is no compulsion or restriction if one wishes to invest elsewhere in other Islamic institutions, or indeed not to invest at all. Therefore, the principles of needs hajiyah provide a certain flexibility and freedom, although not absolute, for the individual to choose.
In conclusion, the permissibility of ASB or ASN is a prime example on how fiqh rulings incorporate the perspective of public benefit, maslahah ammah, and the avoidance of harm, mafsadah, in decision making. Among the crucial factors warranting serious attention are the dire social-economic realities of Malay Muslims, the high level of Sharia compliance in the current ASB or ASN portfolio, as well as the latest effort toward full compliance and the huge potential benefit that offers to the Muslim community.